So my husband and I was having a conversation a few days ago about my best friend, and the conversation went left because I started finding myself getting very defensive. And as we were talking, and I realized that I was getting extremely defensive, I realized that he was triggering me. I felt like he was trying to put me in a box when that wasn't at all what he was doing. And it made me think about how detrimental to your relationship it is when you don't deal with past trauma or even generational curses, because a lot of my defensiveness came from past experiences, feeling like I can't have friends, or as soon as somebody says something that's not comfortable for me and it takes me outside of my comfort zone, I get defensive. And I later realized that it was the root of it was from past trauma, what I've been through. And it's funny because I didn't even realize it was an issue. I didn't even realize that I was being defensive until he said something, and then took a step back and realized how hype I was getting in the conversation. And I'm not argumentative type of person, but when I'm passionate, my voice does elevate. So once I realized the trigger, then it made me look at what my thought process around that trigger was. What did I believe about that thing that triggered me, so that going forward it wouldn't cause me to react the way that I did. And I can't stress enough how important it is to recognize your limited beliefs, because your limited beliefs are beliefs you created around a past trauma, or something that made you uncomfortable, or that hurt you, or that disappointed you, or made you feel a negative way about it. You built a belief around it, and then what happens is when something triggers you, your belief system, your thought goes into protective mode, and then you automatically want to defend yourself. So again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to acknowledge your limited beliefs, acknowledge your generational curses, acknowledge your triggers, because the only way that you can have a successful, healed, healthy, strong life is if you deal with past trauma. In the Black community, we were raised to believe that our business is our business. Therapy, they don't know what they're talking about. We aren't to go to other people and talk about our business because that's how we were raised. But the reality of it is that's a slave mentality. That's a survival mode mentality. And we shouldn't live that way. If we live in that mentality, then what happens is it stagnates our process in life. We can have a happy, abundant, fulfilled life if we were willing to work on ourselves within. The only way that a person that says they believe in God will be able to get the fullness of Him is if they're willing to be open enough to let Him in, so that He can work out the things that's within us that's not of Him. God loves us so much that He wants us to be a part of His family. And the only way that we'll be able to enjoy life, have the job that we want, have the relationship that we want, and all the things, is if we are willing to humble ourselves and be open to be submissive to God, so that He can work out those things that are in us that are not of Him. We were born sinners, but we don't have to die sinners. I mean, we're not going to be perfect, but when we are in His will, life will be so much better. We can have heaven here on earth. It don't have to be hell here on earth, but we can have heaven here on earth. all I'm saying is acknowledge your triggers, acknowledge your generational curses. Think about how you react to things, and if you react to it in a negative way, ask yourself why am I acting this way? Why am I reacting this way? Why does it bother me? Why am I getting so hyped up? And then once you acknowledge it, then you can take the steps to heal, take the steps to feel better, to be better. So again, my heart and desire is for you to heal, to acknowledge your limited beliefs, so that whatever area in your life that you want to be fulfilled and you're struggling to fulfill it, or you feel stuck, I want to be the one to be able to help you get over that, get past that. I want to help you take this necessary steps to heal, to be delivered, so that you can have heaven here on earth and not live in hell. So if this resonates with you, if anything in you, if there's something in you that wants to change, that wants more for yourself, then DM me, leave me a comment. I'll reach out to you. We can chat it up, see where you're at, or even schedule a discovery call with me. My link is in my bio. Schedule a 15-minute discovery call with me. See if I can be of any service to you. And if I'm not, I know other people that may be able to help you that I can recommend for you. So just send me a DM, comment below, or schedule an appointment with me.